All right.
All right. Welcome to Diaper Babies. In this series, we're going to be reviewing wrestling, and we're both within the same age range, so we're going with the wrestling that we saw growing up. Uh, we're going to start with WrestleMania 12. Jerry, tell us about WrestleMania 12?
Hey, we're okay. WrestleMania 12th was March 31st, 1996. We're in Anaheim, California at the pond with an attendance of 18,853. We have I keep forgetting the match numbers. How many matches?
All right,
One, two,
so there's
three, four,
matches.
5, 6.
Yes, 6 matches.
We have 6 matches on this card. Starting with the first match, we have a 6-man tag.
Yes, and it was all chaos. That was
Who's in the 6-man tag?
British Bulldog, Owen Hart and Vader versus Ahmed Johnson, Yoko Ono, and Jake the Snake Roberts.
What'd you think?
All right, so the first thing that I noticed was Jake was tired. Like he was a tired old man in this match.
Yeah, 41 years old, tired man.
Yeah.
Drugs and alcohol will do that too, man.
I didn't love this match. It was just too much chaos. Like, when you have 3-man tag matches, there's too much going on in the outside, and maybe that's to distract. Maybe that's on purpose, but I just, it wasn't one of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, like, I don't like Owen Hart. Like, sue me. I'll fuck with Bret Hart. Like, cool. I don't like Owen Hart. Like, he always bugged me. Like,
Okay. Why?
he was just a whiny little bitch.
That was his character.
Yeah, maybe the man in real life was nice, but I didn't have Sunday dinners with him. I fucking ate pizza and watched wrestling with his character, and I didn't like that character. So I didn't like him. So the fact that he was even in the match bothered me. And then I couldn't stop staring at how Vader possibly could breathe with that fucking mask on.
Oh yeah.
So tight, it had his nose like this, and I was like, dude, what is? But anyways, it wasn't my favorite match.
Yeah.
I think it was a good starter just to kind of warm me up. What do you think about it? Did you like it?
It was a clusterfuck. Yeah. I think what it was supposed to be was one of two things. One, it was a supposed to be 3 matches on there. Okay. It was supposed to be Yoko and Vader, and it was supposed to be Owen and Jake and British Bulldog and Ahmed Johnson.
Yeah.
Or it was just to protect Vader and Yoko because they sucked down wind. The first row was oxygen deprived. Oh my God. Like, Yoko was just leaning on them ropes after doing a couple punches and just sitting there just like, but I think that's why it was done like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think like all the commotion on the outside of the ring was to distract all of these not very good wrestlers. Like, Davey Boy was good and Ahmed Johnson was good, but like I said, Jake was old and Yoko and Vader out of shape like crazy. So
those two guys could go at one point. I just don't think they could go as well as so it was a throwaway match.
We're talking like 95, 96. Those are like Vader especially is like mid 80s wrestler. So like the fact that he's still kicking the same thing with Jake, like the fact that they're even there is a bad sign.
Yeah.
But anyways, so Is that all you want to talk about with that
Yeah,
one?
because there was nothing in the match. I don't want to go into moves or anything like that. Okay. Vader, Bulldog, and Owen win in the match. I believe Vader bombs Jake. Keep it safe.
Sure. I don't know. I watched this one twice within the last 2 weeks, and for this, and I don't remember that match.
Yeah, it was a throwaway. I know those three guys, they do more later on this year.
Yeah.
But all right, we're Goldust and Roddy Piper at a Hollywood back alley brawl.
I have so little to say about this match because everything is like it's not the fighting, it's not the wrestling that I have to talk about.
No,
it's the fucking OJ footage, it's the fucking stupid shitty gold Cadillac, it's the fucking lingerie, dude, the fucking OJ footage, like
the OJ footage. And we're in 96.
What?
We're in 96.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
It's so bad. All right, so the match opens up with a pre-taped segment. I should drink water instead. We we open up the segment with a pre-taped match of Roddy Piper and Goldust doing a backyard or like outside brawl. So what did you think? Like, when did you see it as a kid? Like,
yes.
Did you? So what did you think? Were you like, holy shit, like they're fighting, like you just hit them with a car? Like,
that was like it kind of like when I was a kid, I didn't understand because I still knew that, like, okay, these guys, this was a real fight. Like, Roddy was actually hitting him. But as a kid, my brain still goes, okay, I know that they're helping each other and they're not really beating each other up, but this seemed different because they're really hitting each other. Roddy broke his hand in this match.
well, he didn't break his hand.
He broke his hand.
No, he compressed his knuckle.
Well,
that's not breaking it. That's like
he this right here, basically, because if you look down, that's what's broken. These bones right here, when he hit him like that, these like basically broke.
Well, that's because he hit him on top of the head. Hit him directly on top of the head. And I watched a couple shoots with Goldust talking about it, and he was like, we weren't mad at each other, we weren't trying to hurt each other, we just kept like going off script. Like, him punching me on top of the head was off script, but I was totally okay with it. Me hitting him with the car was totally off script.
Yeah.
I went to drive at him and he just wouldn't get out of the fucking way. So, like, I think it was just an accident, like a casualty of them just going off book. So I don't think there was any animosity in it.
No, I don't think there was like that thing where they were shooting on each other. It was still a work, but it was like, we're going to work a little stiff to make it real. Especially because they filmed it 7 days before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
What you see at that, and then them coming back into the arena.
Yeah.
That's why, like, Roddy had to tape his hand because he couldn't wear a cast, because people would know, wait a minute, he's got a fucking cast on. He was just in a truck,
Yeah.
But yeah, he taped his knuckles up just to give him some kind of support out there when they eventually get done with the OJ stuff.
Yeah.
And like come back into the ring.
I think, like, again, I watched that Goldust shoot and he was talking about like having to go get the same clothes, wear the same makeup, and then like put the blood spots on in the proper place. It was like working on a movie. Like, because I just think it's funny that was shot in a Disney backlot. Like, that's hilarious to me.
What really gets me though is this was supposed to be Razor Ramon. It wasn't supposed to be Roddy Piper. That's why Razor's on the poster.
Yeah.
but there's no Razor match
Yeah.
on this. You know, Razor and Scott and Kevin haven't left yet.
Right.
They're getting ready to leave, but Razor got a wellness policy strike. You know, he pissed dirty, and so he's out of WrestleMania. They put Roddy Piper in there and basically did everything that Scott and Goldust was supposed to do. So did you like the match, or did you find the match entertaining, or was it just a drag?
When I was a kid, I remember enjoying the match. I remember enjoying the match because it was unique, it was like a new match. But upon reviewing it, I was like, oh, this, like, there's not even that much going on in the match. At least in the pre-tape part.
Yeah.
He's like spraying a water hose at a car, he busts some windows out of a car. Like, there's not a ton of stuff going on. It's very minimal fighting.
Yeah.
Whether it was, stiff to make it look more real, whatever the case is. The stuff in the ring is the only thing that I can say, like, that I can think, like, did you like this match? Like, there's something to judge there.
Yeah.
I think that the match, when they get back into the ring, is like mild rape. As far as the match goes, like, they're at no point is there a match. Like, this is just random series of fucking with each other.
Yeah.
Like the nut shot, the punch on top of the head, the fucking stripping him down, like the grabbing his dick. Like, none of this is like an actual wrestling match. There's very little to it. And so I never really had an opinion on Goldust's character, but I did start to form one on Piper. Um, I don't care about Piper. Like, I know he's beloved, and like, oh, there's huge Piper fans, and like Ronda Rousey like tried to reignite the name or whatever. I don't care. Like, I don't find him entertaining.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think he's a good wrestler, like, technically.
Technically,
So,
no, he's not.
so, I mean, what did you think of it? Did you think it was a good match? Did you like it?
Now rewatching it, like, that was just kind of like a break match when I was a kid. Now rewatching it, I kind of liked it. I kind of liked it because I got 2020 vision, and like, to see the violence in the Attitude Era getting ready to come up.
Yeah.
It's kind of a precursor to that,
Okay.
so I enjoyed that little bit of violence. It was crazy. I think it shouldn't have gone longer than it did. Like, it should have been that backlot thing and just give Piper his win back there. It didn't need to go to the ring,
Yeah, the ring was ridiculous.
Yeah. So we can literally, that's it.
And there was no conclusion either. Like, Goldust just gets stripped naked, and then it starts playing the music. Like, there's no ending there.
Yeah.
Like, so again, like, this match, I lump it in with the first match. Like, just I didn't even need it. Like, if they would have gotten in the ring and straight up gone at it, I would have liked it. I like Dusty Rhodes. So
if it would have started in the ring and then went out back, that would have been interesting.
I think they did that later. They did that later.
Yeah.
Other characters.
Yeah.
All right, fuck it. Let's go to the next match. Stone Cold versus Salvia Vega.
Piss break. Man, I felt so bad for fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's not Austin 316 yet.
Yeah.
This is a piss break.
I didn't feel like that.
No?
No, I enjoyed the match. Like, I know Austin wasn't Austin yet. Like, he wasn't, the Stone Cold, but he was good. The match was good. They wrestled well. There was like one really bad goof, like one really bad mess up. But outside of that, the match was like that was the first bit of wrestling that I enjoyed in this fucking WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Like it was the first actual wrestling. There
Yeah, it
was
was a wrestling match. It was
yeah,
a
it
straight up
wasn't
wrestling match.
chaos. It wasn't some fucking Disney lot filmed bullshit. It was an actual wrestling match. And Savio Vega is not that bad.
No,
Um,
no.
he had some kicks that I was like, God damn, like bouncing off of stuff. I don't remember him like that. So
No.
that was fun to see. And Stone Cold's just a worker, man. Like
Yeah, at that time, yeah.
he at that time he was really really good. He was on his shit.
Yeah.
So I thought it was pretty fun. And you get to see Stone Cold go to the top rope, which you definitely didn't see when he was, you know, the the Stone Cold Steve Austin that everybody remembers.
Yeah, give it a month. Give it a month. He has a month until he gets to the Austin 316. And that's when he becomes a completely different person. But until he gets there, it's that, I mean, he wins with the $1 million dream, you know. He
Yeah.
doesn't even get to hit the stunner really,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. Well, that was another thing that I thought was interesting in the match. They keep saying, like, Jerry at one point says, "Oh, he could lose that belt," and Vince turns to him and goes, "How?" You can't, like, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, that's just some fucking jewelry he's carrying around. Like, you're
yeah.
making it like that's a title sanctioned belt, bro. Like, no, uh, that's like, and then I saw Austin hit him with the belt, and I was like, all those rhinestones running across your head, because like he hits him and like drags it over the top of his head,
Yeah.
and I'm like, and I know that's just to sell it, but also all those rhinestones, like, dude, I wouldn't have been surprised if Vega was just bleeding, like pouring blood after that. That seemed like such a bad idea.
Yeah.
He should have hit him with like the backside of the belt or something.
Hey, it,
But that was just a little peppy. That was just a little peppy.
yeah. You got
So
anything else for the Austin match though?
no, I didn't. I'm a little shocked that you said that it's a pee break match. Um,
Just okay. I mean, like that crowd, that's not an Austin 316 crowd. That crowd was kind of like,
right, the fanfare
yeah,
wasn't there,
yeah.
but I think that the wrestling itself was solid. I think the match was solid.
Oh yeah. I mean, for the technical standpoint, for working
Yeah,
standpoints, it was okay match. But if you
yeah.
really just go and watch it back, that's
There's not a lot of fanfare or a lot of like to do about it.
yeah,
But so after that match, we move into a promo for Survivor Series where Undertaker and Diesel are playing mind games with each other.
yeah.
Um, I just want to point out that fake Diesel looked perfect. That was a perfect fake Diesel in that coffin.
Oh yeah. Well, it was him. It was record. It was like they just recorded these.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah, dude,
Yeah,
nailed
it
it.
looked so good because it was him.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Uh, but do you want to talk about that, or do you just want to move into?
no. I mean, I try not to go to the buildup. Like, what's the story moving into each match? I just kind of wanted to just view these matches as their own. I mean, I know Savio and Austin had like this lengthy build, and it's going to keep going until next month, you know, where they were supposed to be tag team partners, and Austin was like, "Fuck you, I'm not tagging you," and left.
Yeah, yeah, I saw
You
that.
know, so not let's
So no, you don't
just
want to go about promotions, just go into matches.
yeah go into the matches. Next match.
All right, moving on from that match, we get into a very odd match of having an old dinosaur come back to the WWF and the Ultimate Warrior, and he takes on Hunter Hearst. Uh, this match, personally, for me, was sad and disrespectful.
Yes,
I didn't.
worst.
I never liked. I never liked. I never liked Warrior. I never liked Warrior. I never liked his character. I didn't think he was a good wrestler. I just I didn't care about him. I didn't really pay much attention to Triple H at this time because he wasn't Triple H yet.
Yeah.
But I know that they sent Warrior out and they disrespected Hunter.
Yes.
Like they beat the shit out of him, made him look really stupid, and then all for nothing. The Warrior was there for like another 5 months and then fucking quit again.
Three.
So
Three, and it was suspended.
Yeah. So I mean, this match was horrible.
Yes.
It wasn't fun to watch. I just felt bad for Hunter in this match, and I didn't like, and I don't like Warrior. So I didn't enjoy this one. This one wasn't interesting to me. This was my pee break.
Well, yeah, but you're getting sold the ticket that Ultimate Warrior's coming back, and so you're excited. You want to see the Ultimate Warrior. He hasn't been here.
If you're somebody who cares about Ultimate Warrior,
I mean, when I was a kid, I enjoyed him, but now looking back, it's kind of like, this is the worst match.
Wrestler. He's a horrible wrestler. He doesn't sell things. Hunter was hitting him and he was just standing there.
Yeah, just sitting there with his coat still on. Take your fucking coat off, dude.
Let's pretend I'm a fan and you're selling me the Warriors coming back on this date. Yes, of course I'm going to buy a ticket. I'm going to go see it. But even if I am a Warrior fan, I don't think that I would be happy with that match. Yeah. They could have just had him come back and interfere with a match, and that would have been interview something. He could have like done some ringside hosting. Anything would have been better than that match.
Yeah, they went 1:39.
Yeah,
and
it was no. I don't know. Is there any points that you want to make on that match?
Did I want to what?
Are there any points that you want to make on that match?
No. I listened to a podcast about that match, and it was Warrior that came in that day and was like, I'm going a minute. I'm going to go in there, let him hit me with his pedigree, and I'm going to stand right up and I'm going to just drop him. And Vince okayed it.
See, that's what I'm saying. It was disrespectful all around.
Yes.
It was disrespectful in action in the ring, and it's disrespectful for Warrior to come in and say some shit like that. Yeah. I know that I've heard so many stories about how hard Warrior was to work with. Like, again, not selling shots, just making demands and outrageous shit. Like, I got no love for the guy. Like, rest in peace to the human being, but
Jim Hellwig.
Yeah, that guy, sorry, RIP, but Warrior, I didn't like that character. And it's weird because like looking back on this stuff, like I didn't realize that I didn't like so many people. Like I thought I loved all of wrestling back then. Yeah. But now if I was to watch wrestling, I'm indifferent to whoever's on the screen. But like back then there were people that I loved and people that I hated. I just didn't remember that I hated people. And apparently I did.
That's the thing about wrestling. It's the only like form of entertainment where a certain amount of time will pass and you go, man, I liked it kind of when I was a kid, but this guy's an ass, especially the more I learn. No, it was the worst match on the card. That should have been, if Vince knew that, he should have put that match first.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, and fuck the Ultimate Warrior. So,
I mean, yeah, but also like they just played him in this all the way around. So.
Yeah. So I have nothing else to say about that Ultimate Warrior match. Mark Mero, moving on now.
Now we're getting into the stuff.
Yeah, Diesel versus the Undertaker. I believe number 5 on the streak.
Yeah. This was a match that could have very easily been the main event.
Yes. Should have been.
Yeah, it really should have been. I mean, the match was really good.
My favorite match. It's my favorite match of the show.
Yeah. It's not mine. but
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
but but it's a really good match.
yeah.
Watching these big dudes be so aggressive, and even in their younger years, they're being a little bit agile, a little bit aerobatic, or what are words? Uh, Acrobatic.
Yeah.
Um, it, I mean, it was a lot of fun. They were both at the top of their game. Uh,
Improvising.
yeah, it was a lot of, it was, you could see that they like really had chemistry. You could see that they were
Hmm.
really good at it for each other. I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, I did too. A lot. I enjoyed it. This was a straight match,
Yeah.
no speculations. But Undertaker at this point, Purple Taker,
Yeah,
okay?
Purple Taker.
Purple Taker
Right.
doesn't.
He gets gray soon.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. He was
Oh, he
gray,
was
then he
gray.
turned
Yeah.
purple, then he goes
Right.
black.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Purple Taker
Yeah.
doesn't have a lot of like a huge arsenal of moves. You know, he has a very strict arsenal of moves.
Yeah.
But in this match, they were forced to use other things, use the chair, use the stairs, go on the outside, you
Yeah.
know, instead of just do that same match in ring, you know.
I mean, they definitely got that stuff in there too.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like the match was void of those classic walk the rope, hit him with one of these guys
Yeah.
as he like the throat chops. Like, they definitely got all that classic stuff in
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but they definitely took Taker out of his element and was like, here's some extra shit to do.
Yeah. And Taker can take a hell of a power bomb. Like I was watching that power bomb that Kevin Nash gave him. I was like, damn, that looked good. Like just
Yeah.
a smooth, you know. And props to Taker. He lifted Kevin Nash up, and Kevin's comfortable enough to, you know, get the tombstone, you
Mhm.
know, where Taker's got his ass.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not letting you go. You know,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
that relationship of going, okay, I'm not going to take the tombstone from you if you get me halfway up and then all of a sudden I turn to a slippery fish in your arms, you know. No, but that that motherfucker got him up and drilled him into the mat, and it was
Yeah.
nice.
And took care of them. They took care of
Yeah.
each other in this match. They made it look like they beat the shit out of each other, but they really like, they were very comfortable and
Yeah.
very like, they sold things well, but they were also being gentle with each other for the most part. There was a few things where I was like, ooh, that one might actually have hurt a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Um,
And another really good thing about this match that I was really noticing when I watched it, no one got buried. Not physically because of the Undertaker, haha,
right.
but Kevin,
Yeah, they
even
were,
though he lost the match,
yeah,
he still was he kicked ass and took names in it, you know, gave it
yeah,
his all.
yeah. He
He
almost
just
dominated the beginning of the match.
yeah. It wasn't until he got cocky at the end where, you know, Taker's down and like
Yeah.
he's getting ready to do the second power bomb, and then Taker gets back up and he's, whoa, you know. So, and then Taker was just great. I mean, he is the fucking Undertaker for a reason, that longevity career, because he can just improvise with guys, you know, and it was great.
Diesel was doing so good in this one. And I love the fact that they keep trying to pump Big D as his nickname, because it's just like very clearly him just being like, yeah, big dick dude.
Oh
Just
man,
coming.
the Undertaker just got the big
Yeah,
D.
exactly. But he's got the big D behind him now.
Oh,
But yeah, causing some real damage. While watching the match, Diesel was doing so well that I was like, did he fucking win this? And then only upon remembering like
the
Taker's
streak.
streak was
Yeah.
like, that's how well he did in the beginning of this match, and that's how well they sold it. Was like, he was beating the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Like, they were exchanging sometimes, but he, like, Taker was taking the whooping essentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, that double boot and that double punch,
Oh
that's
yeah.
awesome. That was cool as hell.
Yeah, when they both go down and yeah, it's just like the crowd was on their feet.
Yeah.
You could hear, you know, that like you know, when they both hit it. Another thing. Okay, we're an alternate time now. Kevin and Scott are not going to WCW. I guarantee Nash would win that, killing the streak, because the streak wasn't a thing. Remember,
Right, but I don't think so. I
I
think that I think Taker would pull it off, and then they would beat that storyline to, like, they would beat that dead horse. They would make them fight constantly.
no,
Like
because he's
that.
going after Sean next month.
Right, but Taker, but he wouldn't need to. They could like put Sean with Razor again, or Sean with Brett again, or continue that storyline if they were going to stay there, and they would have used Diesel and Taker as a further storyline.
Yeah.
That's why I see it if they in this alternate universe.
Yeah, okay. I mean, but either way, top match. It's the gold star match.
For Gary, it's the top match.
It's the top match. I prefer this one even over the main event. So
All right. Well,
um
everybody's entitled to their opinion. What can we
yeah,
say?
everybody, I mean, but I'm gonna go into it. Then it's gonna be real simple. Let's go into this hour long. Oh, I'm sorry, hour 1 minute 56 second. Our main event: Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels. The boyhood dream.
First of all, he came in from the goddamn roof. So
He pissed up there.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did. Like if I had to like take a piss right before they were calling my name, I'd be like, don't look. And I would just piss on a wall. Like,
There's no wall. There was just a walkway up there. They had a bucket, a can up there for him because he had to be up there for like a good couple of minutes to get out. You think though that they would have like got that cable right so he didn't just land smack dab into the crowd, that he would have landed on the fucking ring?
hey man, why you gotta poke holes in it? He was trying to show his fans that he loved them. Okay. No, you're right. That was silly as shit. Like
Yeah.
I didn't remember that. So when I was watching it and I saw him, I was like, oh shit, wait, why is he not going to the ring? And then I just saw kind of like lower him down into the crowd, and I was like, what the fuck was that? Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember that. But all right, so obviously this is the main event.
Main
Lots of
event.
stuff. The entire WrestleMania, they're talking about this. Promos leading up to it. It's the WrestleMania starts with a promo for this.
Yeah.
So it's the big spectacle. Sean comes in on the zip line. He spends 20 minutes dancing and flexing and just being the sexy boy. And we've got Brett's children in the crowd that he keeps winking at and going, it's okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sean at the end of the match goes over and hugs him.
Yeah.
And shakes Brett's dad's hand. But
Yeah.
before the match even starts, may I say, when Jose walks out into Sexy Boy, his manager, I geeked the fuck out watching this old man like skip to Sexy Boy and just
he's got no in-ring talent whatsoever, like no charisma, no nothing.
Yeah, they could have like played like dun 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 da da, kind of music just to introduce him instead of Sexy Boy.
Yeah, anything.
Then
Or
he had
nothing.
trouble getting up on the ropes. He stood up on the ropes and to point at Sean to let the audience know, and he kind of slipped. I chuckled at that, but
all right, well, him aside, let's be honest about this match. There's about 35-40 minutes of wrestling.
It's every 5 minutes. Every 5, if you watch it closely,
right?
It's a 5-minute break with a rest hold and a 5-minute like boom, 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 rest.
Yeah.
Rest, boom, 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 boom. That's the match.
I think that's necessary in an Iron Man match, especially like you got to remember, man, like those guys weren't that in shape. Like they were in shape but they weren't like maybe Brett, but Sean was out drinking and doing drugs and shit. Like he wasn't in that great of shape. So I think that rest is personally, I feel it's acceptable. I understand.
Yeah.
Like if you're going to be like even just standing and running back and forth for an hour is enough to like that would kill me. So I get the resting, but I'm not gonna, act like I don't see it.
Yeah.
So
No.
there's about 30 to 40 minutes of wrestling in this match. So let's talk about that.
All right. Let's, okay. The slowness of the rest holds.
Mhm.
It gives us, the audience member, kind of like that downtime.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's going to come up on top in this next, and then they go into it, and it picks the audience back up, picks us all back up, and then rest. And us as an audience can rest. If that was just a straight hour of them basically doing spots,
Mhm.
like an hour of spots, by the 30-minute mark, we would have gotten bored.
Yeah.
They could have been doing the most awesome shit ever. They could have been, just killing it out there with spots. But then the audience just realize, and they calm down. So they are actually giving the audience a time to calm down.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. Oh, it's picking back. That shit. And it
Yeah.
needs that.
Yeah, I think it does. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, I think that Sean worked really good in this match.
Yeah.
Personally, so like at the end of the match, they're very tired, but they ramp it up, right?
Yeah.
I think that they were so exhausted at that point, they stopped selling their falls and their like, they were like they reacted naturally to them because they were so exhausted, and in turn sold them better than they would have if they put effort into it or
Yeah.
tried to sell it. So I think that was a lot of fun. The last few minutes of the match, just watching them work in that level of exhaustion,
Yeah.
made the match so much more exciting.
Yeah.
Every hit made it seemed to count so much more. But as far as the beginning of the match, I think Sean worked really well technically, putting Brett in holds and keeping him busy, reversing things, uh so I enjoyed the match. I thought it was a good
Oh
match.
yeah. I
And Brett was
enjoy the actual match.
Mhm.
Where my problem comes in with this,
Yeah.
okay, I'm Vince McMahon and Pat Patterson and Bruce Pritchard and whoever else is in that writers meeting, the booking meeting, and
Mhm.
someone raises their hand and says, okay, check it out. This WrestleMania, we're gonna have an Iron Man match. And Vince is like, ooh, what's that? And then they explain, okay, they're gonna wrestle for 60 minutes, and whoever gets the most pinfalls wins. And then Vince is like, yeah, like Sean can have 3, and then Brett can have 4, and then Sean's at 4, and he's at 4, and then who's gonna get that last to 5? And then the guy's like, no, nobody's gonna get a pin, and it's gonna go to sudden death. And then in 1 minute, Sean's gonna kick him in the fucking face, and they're gonna play the music. And Vince is just like, that's horrible. I love it. Just like, really?
All right, but that goes back to what you were saying earlier about giving the audience the downtime. Like if every few minutes you just mentioned like okay, Brett has 5 and Sean has 4.
Yeah.
That's 9 pins in an hour. So that's like a pin every 10 minutes.
Or a
Or
pin or a count out, like
right,
they start
something
using
like
them like, oh,
yeah.
I can do a disqualification here on myself because I'm up, so Sean has 2, I have 4 on Sean. I can do a disqualification, gives him 1, but I may knock him out and be able to pin him real quick, giving me 5. So that's kind of like where you want to try to build it. I think if this would have just been a straight up match, the following contest is for your heavyweight championship of the world. And then people go, they went a fucking hour and a minute. And then that super kick comes out of nowhere and the place lights up.
Okay, so the next time you watch this match, all right,
All right.
don't listen to any of the promo. And then I want you to go on your screen and just go like that. Right? Right in front of, yeah, right where the thing says Sean and Brett 0-0. Just put a piece of tape over that and
Okay.
then watch the match. And
Yeah,
then,
but you still have that Gorilla Monsoon
okay,
walking in.
but fast forward.
Fast forward.
And
Okay.
then press play. And then that's exactly like the only thing that's bugging you is that little thing down in the bottom of the corner.
I'll spin around and have a few beers and forget what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah. If you could just Eternal Sunshine the entire match out of your brain and then put the piece of tape on the screen, you'd be super happy.
Yeah.
That's funny. I wonder if anybody's ever cut up that match and took out all the resting.
I don't know. I think
that would be interesting to do.
It would be interesting to do, definitely, for it. So, but yeah, the match, it still is a show-stopping match. I just like the Taker Diesel match a little bit more.
Yeah.
All right. So, what did you think of this WrestleMania? What did like the whole show? Did it flow well?
No, it was clunky and it was ridiculous. When I was a kid, I loved it. I didn't know any better. But now when I'm watching it, I'm just like, yeah, no, it's clunky. And really, like, the only things are the Iron Man match and the Taker Diesel match. Like, like that Shawn Michaels Vega match, I'll accept that. Like, I'll take that too. That was a good match to me. So there's 3 matches in this whole entire 3 hours that I even care about.
Yeah.
And even less wrestlers. I think there's 3.
No.
So
I think it won because of the Iron Man match being an hour, like a straight hour. They couldn't compact it. And I don't know. I just feel like Vince didn't have faith in this card. That's why he put things in wrong positions. That Yokozuna match at the beginning, put that in the middle, you know, slow your WrestleMania down a little bit. Maybe put Austin Vega second, put that Warrior match first, you know. But was there?
Well, the Piper thing.
Huh? I don't know, because it's such a weird occurrence. It almost feels like a backstage segment where they're doing interviews.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't like, that's why maybe do the match in the ring and put those back alley things out in the ring or whatever, you know, like how they do hardcore matches in the Attitude Era, you know, where they would bring shit out to the ring for the audience. Because they even like they brought monitors down, I think, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
For the audience. It's just like, that would suck. Being in the audience. Now we're gonna go live, you know, and then all of a sudden just like some TVs get rolled out like it's in high school.
No, I think they had like a big Titantron still.
You see one?
Yeah, it's like when they come in, like the entrance, when they come out of the entrance, they walk by one, but they turn like this and go down to the ring.
Yeah.
But either way, that was probably a nightmare.
Yeah, so that I would cut that or put it strictly in the ring. But yeah, I would have put that Yokozuna match in the middle. Not to start out, you know, you want to start out WrestleMania hard, you know, start it hard, end it hard, you know, and then in the middle, just kind of nice fillers. But they only had 3 matches. The Austin is, you know, okay, you know, but not where it was.
No. I think that they should have cut that Sean Brett match down to 30 minutes of just wild fuckery and just let them go like buck wild on each other.
Yeah.
Gave Taker and Diesel maybe another 10. Like, that they should have just showed the Piper Goldust match all in one.
Yeah.
Played the pre-tape and then had him come out the back fighting to the ring and just got it over with.
Yeah.
That 6-man tag, that should have been the first match because it was the stupidest, clunkiest piece of shit. So then anything is better than that. So then you just
Not the Warrior.
Now you cut that Warrior Hunter shit out.
Yeah.
I don't know what Vince was mad at Hunter for to do that to him, but I would have cut that whole fucking thing right out.
Yeah.
And I would have added an extra match. I would have added like an extra quick, fun match.
I would have just had Mark Marrow, instead of being interviewed, just go ahead and introduce him. Yeah. Hunter walks out to the ring, doesn't have an opponent and stuff. He's talking to the referee. He's all getting frustrated and stuff. And all of a sudden, Mark Marrow's music comes out and like Vince is like going crazy on the microphone, no build up, just boom, he's here. Cool.
All right. So then, so I think that you added another match like in there. Just like cut the Sean Brett down, give Taker and Diesel an extra match. Or if you're going to run that stupid Warrior match, run it, have Hunter get beat. Don't have him get beat so bad. Like, don't disrespect him. Just kind of make it like a quick, like accidental submission or something. I know that's out of Warrior's wheelhouse, but
yeah.
Then you have Mark Marrow come out of nowhere, like entrance music down to the ring, and start running his mouth at Hunter, and Sable gets in the ring, whatever. And then Hunter takes out his frustration on Marrow. And then you do that and like turn it into like, let him go for a few minutes, kill 10 minutes with that shit, and then move into the next thing. Like this was, you got to remember, only 2 years earlier, they were in like La Cinti in fucking Courtyard Marriott convention centers with like 40 people. So like they didn't know what the hell they were doing. They figured it out as they were going. And this is a good lesson as to what not to do.
Yeah.
This is,
it should have had fucking Mantar versus Ultimate Warrior. Put a jobber in there. Put a fucking nobody in there.
That fucking guy. We'll get to him when we get to him.
Yeah. We'll
Royal Rumble will come along.
Oh yeah.
Mantar.
Or there's another one more.
Adam Bomb.
Adam Bomb. Yeah. Man, the gimmicks, dude. But yeah, overall, WrestleMania 12, I think is.
Do you remember that text that I sent you?
Yeah.
Like Vince has a great idea. Guys, I got a great idea.
Mantar.
I do care. Mantar.
Mantar.
He's like the half part of the Minotaur, and then like the lower half of a human. So like a man. So like a fucking person. Like what the fuck is that character, dude? Like the stupidest character.
Yeah. It's a character. Like, no, Vince, just get dudes in there, just like, what's his name? It's fucking Jimmy Dole.
Yeah.
Jimmy Dole coming to the ring.
Sort of personality.
Still dress him in the fucking the man diaper and that brown diaper that's furry and shit. Just still dress him up in that shit, but I think if you're gonna watch this, watch it for the Iron Man, watch it for the Diesel, watch it, maybe the Stone Cold, but don't worry about it.
I feel like if you feel the need to go back and rewatch this one, definitely just plan on fast forwarding a lot. Like those two matches, Sean and Brett and Taker and Diesel, are really the only matches. I'll give it to Stone Cold and Vega because I liked them both at that time. So whatever. The rest of the matches suck. And Mark Marrow, fuck you. fuck Mark Marrow.
Bum. That's tune in next week for our episode called "Just Fuck Mark Marrow." Just like that's what we call the show now. Fuck Mark Marrow. Until we have to watch
I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah.